Alright, so I'm gonna watch both of these Cow Blue Hat videos. One is called How Did Pantalone Know Dottore? And the other one is Teyvat Has a Fake Son, which I'll be honest, this one, I feel like since Teyvat has a fake mood, I had a fake mood, I feel like it definitely makes sense that it has a fake son. Like, obviously this is something we know, I feel like people don't really talk about too much, but I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? I mean, it makes sense. But the question is why they try to hide the real son. That's the question. Alright, yeah, we've got to watch this one first. Obviously, Dottore saved Pantalone. Like, the only reason Pantalone ever survived was because of Dottore, and obviously he survived this long. And obviously, I think they met during the Fatui. Actually, I don't think so. I don't know why I said that then. Alright, let's go straight into this. We go to 40. Around 500 years ago, Pantalone was born into poverty and struggled in his childhood. I guess I gotta learn some new stuff as well, like that. He tried to run a business in his youth, which failed. Oh yeah, I remember Dottore mentioning that in their talk. Either due to his business or reasons unknown, he was framed. Oh yeah, he was framed, and oh yeah, Dottore saved him from people experimenting on him because he was framed. Oh my god, I remember, yeah. And sold to a medical lab as a test subject. A few years later, when he was 20 years old, he became acquainted with Dottore. At the time, Dottore was supposed to run his acute toxicity test on Pantalone. However, there were not many records that mentioned tests being performed on him. Oh, interesting. It's likely that Pantalone talked his way out of being a test subject of Dottore. At the time, Pantalone had many fatal wounds on his body. Damn. And it is Dottore who treats him until he's fully healed. But see? Everyone keeps saying Dottore is this bad guy. But look at him. He saved one person. Only to then start experimenting on him. But okay, Pantalone agreed to it. It's not that Pantalone didn't agree. But see, this is why Dottore is actually a good guy. Alright? Is that what I titled this? No, I won't. Is Dottore a good guy? Question mark. Oh no, bro. Oh no. Pantalone must have made some sort of deal with Dottore. Wait, Pantalone for this, but we don't know the details. I mean, we know two playable characters that he freaking experimented on now, so that's kind of crazy. Soon after this, Pantalone became, or maybe Pantalone will be playable. Well, he is destined to die in 2 to 3 years, so I don't know. Soon after this, Pantalone became Dottore's subordinate and helped him in his tasks. When Pantalone is 26 years old, he suffers from a gunshot wound in his upper left arm. Additionally, he also had multiple sustained injuries from physical fights. Okay, I feel like I remember the gunshot wound from somewhere. I think it was actually from that brand video. But interesting. At the time, Zandik is confused as to how Pantalone's bank clerk job is causing him so many injuries. Oh, interesting, yeah. At age 30, Pantalone... Oh, I thought you gotta mention it, bro. Oh, okay, so we don't get to... I mean, we've probably got to learn more about Pantalone, right? He becomes the Harbinger Regrader at 30 years old, and continues with his routine health checkups with Zandik. It is around the age of 38 that he gets Zandik to work on the elixir of immortality for him. The next record we know of his treatment is with segment 25. So it can be assumed that Zandik was too old at the time. So how old is the Pantalone that we see now, like, physically? I'm guessing, like, 38, right? Man, he old, man. He old. During his experiment, Pantalone was 56 years old and had been smoking for the past 30 years. God. To be specific, he smokes 20 sticks every day. Hey, he's doing less and less, bro. He's doing less and less. 20 sticks a day is insane. Jesus Christ. How much? Wait, I need to search up. How much is that? Right, we need to search this up, bro. We need to search this up. 20 times 365. I did divide by. 20 times 365. That's 7,300 per year times by 20. There's 146,000. And I'll say every 4 years. So around 146,100 cigarettes he's had. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, Pantalone. The next time Pantalone meets with segment 35 for his elixir treatment. But by this time, Pantalone is 72 years old, but this physical body has started aging at 45 years old. Okay. I guess that's when he completed it. And he then has another checkup at 103 years with segment 45 for intestinal being. Okay, this is going over the same stuff. I feel like it's like obviously he's like talking about the stuff in the artifact stuff, right? Not artifact, the boss material stuff. At the age of 175, he suffered from pneumonia caused due to his smoking habits. Segment 65 performed a lung transplant surgery as the treatment. Pantalone likely had many more lung transplants after this because of his smoking habits. Yeah, no, like we're gonna last because I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go back and smoke. Oh no! But I cannot wait to see because I don't think we've ever seen an actual cigarette in the game, right? We've never seen anyone actually smoke, so it'd be cool to actually see someone smoke in the game. That would be really cool. I was gonna say, what if that that person in that cloak that we saw in the Shesnaya teaser is just Pantalone in disguise? What if it is? By the way, we're getting a friggin' Cendrone animation tomorrow. By the way, I just want to let everyone know that we're getting a Cendrone animation tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And the reason I know that is because they posted it on X, or Twitter. So make sure I'm gonna be watching that. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. As such, the tutorial segment simply stopped recording these surgeries after the first. Makes sense. Repetitive. At age 220, Pantalone is treated by segment 18 for chemical burns. How old is he now? I guess we gotta see. At age 312, Pantalone's smoking has reduced to 10 sticks a day. It only took 300 years. To like 380 years, bro. There's also where segment 8 recommended him to start wearing glasses. Oh, interesting. At age 359, Pantalone was poisoned by someone, which later required a liver transplant to treat him. Oh, shit. This surgery was performed by segment 25, and it was recorded. And it was recorded that his smoking has gone down to 8 sticks a day. At present, Pantalone arrived in Sumeru to complete his final deal with Dottore. Since Dottore dies in his incident, Pantalone is left with only a few elixirs to extend his life. Yep, Dottore said during that talk that if he dies, he only has 2 to 3 years left. I'm guessing he has to take it every day or he just dies instantly. Because his body's just so old at this point. But yeah, so he only technically has 2 to 3 years left. So he's destined to die at the end of Khaenri'ah, probably. Or something happens, but there's like a new way or something. Something, like, I don't know, but he is destined to die in Khaenri'ah, I guess. Yeah, damn, bro. Damn. Pantalone, death incoming. He's gonna be playable! Copium. Okay, interesting. So, I mean, yeah, so Dottore saved him from the freaking experiments, right? Alright, but yeah, I'm curious, what's going to happen with Pantalone, his, like, dealings in Shesnaya with us. I think it's going to be very interesting. I don't think we ever actually saw him, so, it's going to be interesting, because we're going to be like, oh, this guy, but we don't know who he is. In Shesnaya, so yeah. Alright, now we're going to watch this one. Teyvat has a fake sun. I mean, definitely makes sense. Teyvat's sky is fake, and we already know that. Yep. It is a huge spherical shell that is big enough to contain a planet and its 3 moons. That's kind of crazy. We can see the fake sky in Langun's sky when the 3 moons existed. I say this is the fake sky because we've seen the real sky before. Skirk's animated short shows a red universe in all directions, and in obviously Act 5 of Natline, right? Where Malvika punches a hole in the sky, and we see it. Oh my god, I just realized Mavrika fucking lied to us. She said she was gonna look into that. Mavrika said to us after that happened that she was gonna look into that for us. She hasn't said a word of it since. I'm bad now. And we literally just met her. We literally just met her, bro. Oh my god, it's not like Nahida doesn't know, so it's like, come on, man. God, that's actually crazy, but yeah. It also matches the timeline of the Heavenly Principles, creating the fake sky before creating humans in Teyvat. However, what's confusing is the bright white sun we see in Skirk's trailer. Oh yes, why? With the universe being so red, the existence of a sun like this is just not possible. Wait, why? Oh, is it because it should look red because all the light will be getting reflected off? Is he saying that because if the universe is red, even if the sun is white, all we'll see is all we should see is a red sun because, I mean, that's what it's shining through. Like if you have a water bottle or something and you put a different kind of liquid in it and you shine a white light through it, all you'll see is that different kind of liquid, or that different kind of light coming from the liquid. So you say the sun's fake, but this is outside of the universe. So this is outside the fake skies. So what do you mean by that? In fact, I believe that Teyvat is instead orbiting a black dark sun. Oh, interesting. The newest artifact set reveals the timeline of the universe that Teyvat exists in. Why do you think it's... Why a black dark sun? So you say like a black dwarf or something? But then Teyvat would be instantly iced over at that point, wouldn't it? It's a universe that's filled entirely with dwarf stars. Oh! At first, it was no more, or a faded dream. Then the silence of the night, the entire civilization was erased. Next, extinguished dwarf stars streaked across the firmament. Light tears and the embers of a burnt-out sun walked through the very fabric of space. It was only when entire galaxies evaporated into a void deeper than darkness did people finally came to realize the scale of the catastrophe. Interesting. Yeah, and okay, this is why you say black. Because they're extinguished dwarf stars. So that would make the black dwarfs. Interesting. These dwarfs are also so old that they no longer emit much light and are mostly extinguished. That's insane. In simple terms, Genshin's universe is in its degenerate era. This makes it in the last 10 to 100 trillion years, makes it at least 10 to 100 trillion years older than our own universe. Damn, for reference, our universe is currently 30.8 billion years old. Alright, damn, that's crazy. This is like comparing a 1-year-old to a 707,000-year-old person. It is an incomprehensibly old universe where civilizations have conquered space and time. This is the type of civilization that the Traveler and Voyager came from, right? And perhaps Zhongli originated from. Bro, I want to see their homeland so bad. Bro, please. Can we... Because we know that the civilization is advanced as fuck, right? Was. Because it was destroyed. But I want to see... I can't wait to get more or learn more about the Traveler's past. And see, like, where he came from and see it, like, visually. Oh my god, it looks so good, bro. I mean, it could be similar to Celestia, so... So it is entirely possible for the Heavenly Principles to create a fake sun for that. Oh, so it can survive. Right, so that makes sense. So it can survive. Right? And that's why this was the place that the Heavenly... that the AI would have chose for the Traveler... For Ether and Lamine, because it's the only planet that has its own star. So it's the only planet that would ever have life. Or be able to harness life, right? And for the first time, and that's why the Heavy Principles is so persistent on trying to save this planet and trying to protect it at that point, because, well, it is the only one that can sustain life. And for the first time, the existence of the false sun is also mentioned in the celestial gift set. Oh! Wait, really? From the heavens fell a stellar spike that stirred the very stars, its brilliance dimming even the light of the false sun. Ooh. Interesting. Is this for Carnria? Because the first line is, the sky had been set ablaze by the blistering embers, which had also mingled with a rain of blood. Night had turned brighter than day. From the I'm guessing this is Carnria shit. The light of the false sun. I believe Carnians were the only ones to have witnessed the true sun of Teyvat. This is the reason why the dynasty was named the Eclipse Dynasty. Oh my god. True. But technically it isn't an eclipse, so but yeah, it makes sense. Something happened that revealed the Black Dwarf that Teyvat actually orbits. I mean, but we wouldn't want to get rid of the sun, right? I mean, even if, like, I feel like having this, like, a fake sun isn't a bad thing if the actual sun is a black dwarf, right? I feel like it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. I mean, we'll have to keep it, right? We'll have to keep it. In fact, when a medicine asked for the colors to paint the sun, she asked for black colors to draw as accurately as possible. Holy fuck! Okay. Wait, isn't this the one that talked about Paimon with the string? Or is this a different one? Wait, that's insane. No, that's a different one. Thank you very much. With this, I'm sure I shall be able to make pigments as bright as the sun, which I may then give her as a gift. Huh. That's crazy. Would this really work? Or rather, can you really make bright colors using just such base materials? I just don't question that. Interesting. So it's actually just confirmed at this point that Teyvat has a black sun, or black dwarf as a sun. But that's interesting. That is actually interesting. Okay, I did not know that. But yeah, I think we'll have to keep the sun, right? There's no way we get rid of it. So did the Heavenly Principles, I guess, place a fake sun in the actual universe and not in the fake sky, right? Because if you can see the fake sun outside of the false sky, that means bro actually made an actual sun, which is interesting. Okay, that is actually interesting. Very, very interesting. Only two things in Teyvat are good, great good in terms of offered by true, bro. At this point, everything in Teyvat is fake. Very true. Yeah, Teyvat might just be a simulation at this point. But yeah, hopefully everything enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Obviously, both of these videos should be linked in the description. Yeah, I guess I'll see everyone in the next one. Peace.